bitch look like Halle Berry, but she don't love me, she too scary. My old bitch fun like Jackie Brown. I wanna know if she too down. Will you be my leading lady? I want a contract, down low, baby.
What's up, it's your girl Killer K, and I'm back with another video. And I just really feel like I can be honest with y'all. I really feel like we can talk. So today's video is just gonna basically be about the relationship that strippers have with sex, whether it be good, whether it be bad, whether it be so-so. The connection that a dancer has to her sexuality is like a real deep and traumatic thing. So I don't mind talking about it from my vantage point and my experiences. From my experience, strippers are not considered good girls. We're not considered somebody who deserve love. We're not somebody who's considered to be, vulnerable and soft and demure. And even if we are, we're still receiving less respect than the regular typical 9-to-5 girl because we take our clothes off for a living. Now, I know plenty of strippers who are really outside of dancing, they would be considered good girls. They don't have kids, they went to school, they got degrees, they have the house, they have the apartment, they have the car, they have the job. But just the simple fact that they're labeled as a stripper, that's going to automatically count them out and cross them out and make them be deemed not worthy of love and respect. Being in the strip world and being in that world in general, I've met hundreds of dancers at this point, and all of us have something in common when it comes to experiencing some type of trauma, whether it be sexual or verbal or just mentally abused by people. We've all experienced similar things. Some situations have been worse than others, and some people may have not experienced it at all, but the majority of the dancers that I know have had some type of traumatic experience, and especially sexually. And y'all, I'm outside in the middle of Buckhead with the ducks and a whole bunch of white people, so you're gonna see and hear them in the background. Let me just give it a second, okay? I'm trying to catch this sun while it's here, baby. And the crazy part about it is, even girls who aren't strippers and who aren't dancers and who haven't been in that limelight or that profession have still experienced some type of sexual abuse. And that's really sad because as women, we really don't have no agency over our own bodies. We really have no say-so as to what can and can't happen with us. Like, if somebody want to take it, and if they're bigger, they possibly can, and we just have to accept it. I was sexually assaulted as a kid from people who I thought were play cousins, and then later on in life I found out that my mother was sexually abused as a kid. And then you talk to other dancers and they all have experienced the same type of things. So it just goes to show you that you cannot judge a dancer just because she's in that limelight or she's in that world. Honestly, a lot of us are hurting. A lot of us have not healed from our past traumas. A lot of us have not gotten over the things that were done to us in the past. A lot of us were neglected. A lot of us don't feel like we were heard. A lot of us feel like we weren't protected. A lot of us feel like we had no say-so. So one thing we could control was getting up and making some money. So that's how we ended up in a situation like this. A lot of us end up as dancers. We just trying to get to the bag. We trying to make it. We trying to figure out what our next goal in life is, and we gonna use our money and our bodies to pay for it. So it's just like, who are you to judge? We all got some type of vice. We all got something that we're dealing with and battling with mentally. So it's just like, my struggle may be different from your struggle, but it's still a struggle nonetheless. It's still a trauma nonetheless. And also, in being in this dance world, when it comes to love, it's hard for us to experience real deep, genuine love because we're attracting men who could never love us or were never equipped to love us properly anyway. Yes, somebody might have deep feelings for you, somebody might care about you, but the fact that you're a dancer subconsciously is going to make them treat you a certain way that they wouldn't treat the girl who isn't a dancer. They're going to handle you in certain ways that they wouldn't handle the girl who's quote unquote the good girl. Because at the end of the day, even if they love the dog crap out of you, society tells them, or society tells us, that we're less than because we're doing things outside of the norm to make money. And that's nowhere near fair. A lot of us haven't had proper role models, and a lot of us haven't had proper examples of what it is to be in a loving, healthy, non-toxic, verbally great relationship. We haven't seen it because it wasn't something that was, something that was displayed in our household. And a lot of people want to judge it as, oh, she has daddy issues if she's a dancer. a lot of the times it's mommy issues. It's half the time it's not even the daddy issues, because I know plenty of dancers who have dads who are in their lives, but at the end of the day, sometimes our trauma comes from the mother that we have. So if we're being honest, it doesn't matter what the circumstance is. Our trauma is not based on one singular thing. It's a combination of things. So give us some grace, okay? There's this false perception that we sleep with people for money. Now, don't get me wrong, some people do, and I ain't acting like I'm too above it all. But at the end of the day, that's not the end all be all. Some people really just go into the club to get their money and get out. Like, nobody does the extras. Nobody has to do that. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all can't judge nobody because your mama slept with your daddy to get their light bill paid. Your great grandma and your great granddaddy was in there popping all night because she wanted her new fur coat. Like, let's not play. Like, at the end of the day, stop acting like dancers are the only ones who entertain men for financial gain, when in real life, all women entertain men for financial gain. And men use their money to entertain women to get the gain from them using their finances. Make it make sense. And honestly, a lot of us are numb and desensitized to, certain situations. So I know a lot of girls who tell me, like, I just feel numb. I don't feel anything. Like, and sex is the only thing that I can really control how I feel. I'm not gonna lie, like, I was exposed to sex at an early age, so I think that's what makes me have the type of relationship that I have with it. Like, if I'm feeling down, if I'm feeling out, if I'm feeling sad, if I'm feeling happy, if I'm feeling good, if I'm feeling bad, I want to go have sex. I mean, it's not my fault that it was pushed onto me, but now that it's here, it's a feeling that I can't escape. And I told my therapist at one point, I said, I think I have a negative relationship with sex, but overall, I honestly don't. I honestly feel like I do what feels good for me. So it's just like, I'm not wrong for feeling those things that I'm feeling. I'm not wrong for having the desires that I'm having. I'm not wrong for acting on the urges that I have, because in all actuality, everybody else does the same thing. We're going to do what we want anyway. So why judge me because I like to, be sexually fluid? Y'all, and it's so hard to make this video outside in this park because there's little white kids out here, little white babies. And I'm over here talking about popping coochie. And I had to take my lashes off because I didn't like the way my lashes was looking. So I took them bad boys off. And we're going to make it do what it do, okay? Because, yeah, like, y'all not going to have me going out looking sad, all right? And it's just glue all up in my lashes. I don't even care. Oh my God, my Chanel is my best friend. As I'm sitting here looking at all of these white people and their families, they're out here taking pictures, and it's just like, as black women, a lot of us weren't exposed to just having like a 2-parent household. So at the end of the day, we just only know survival. We only know how to, maintain. We only know how to live paycheck to paycheck. We only know how to do certain things because that's all we've ever seen. So that's all a dancer is ever trying to do, is just trying to figure it out, trying to maintain, trying to get to that next step, trying to get to that next level. So it's like, respect the hustle. Respect that we're really out here trying to make something out of nothing. Respect that we're using our pretty privilege to benefit our lives. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with it at all, because at the end of the day, y'all gonna spend y'all money on it anyway. Y'all gonna want to have a nice girl on your arm, a cute girl on your arm, a fine girl on your arm. You're gonna want that on your arm anyway. Everybody wants to act like dancers are just so like faux pas and so bad and so taboo, but at the end of the day, deep down, secretly, y'all know y'all want to be one. Y'all ladies know y'all want to be one. The rappers, they emulate everything that we do. They imitate everything that we do. And the drug dealers and the rappers and the scammers and all of those and the basketball players and the athletes, they want dancers too. So it's just like, what are we talking about here? I don't see you going up to the baby at Walmart, getting her number and changing her life and bossing her life up and having her in a race. No, you're going for the strippers and the Instagram baddies and everything else under the sun that looks like something that's sexual. And that's also because it's y'all fault. It's the men's fault. Like, we wouldn't even be in this situation if men didn't use their money to pay for sexual acts, So look at yourself. Look at the man in the mirror. Don't look at us. We're just here providing a service. And the crazy part is, a lot of dancers could be good women and great women to great men. It's just we'll never get the opportunity to present ourselves to great men because we're never going to be able to attract the men that we want. Because at the end of the day, they're never going to be the ones that we want. We're going to always attract the drug dealers and the scammers and the basketball players and the NFL players because they have the abundance of money. So why would I want to date anybody who's not out here getting money like me? But at the end of the day, we're wrong for wanting that. Like, how is that fair? Like, how am I wrong for wanting somebody who's financially, astute? Like, let me know. At the end of the day, we just want to be loved. We just want to be respected. We just want to be cherished. We just want to be held that night. We don't want to have to be in the club shaking our ass for money unless we just really own that. But a lot of times we really just doing it because nobody else is going to do it for us. And the easiest way for us to get that money is to go shake some ass. Now, don't get me wrong. Just because it's easy, that don't mean it's the best option. But at the same time, for the circumstances and what people have going on in real life, you have to make some shake. A lot of us find that when we have sex, that's when we feel the most love. Like, even if we know it's not really love, even if we know like this man don't even really, will never even want to be with us in the type of way that we would want and deserve to be dealt with, at the end of the day, in that moment, it makes us feel loved. It makes us feel good. We have something to hold on to in that moment. We have something to hold on to as far as the vulnerability, the intimacy, the love that feels like love in the moment, like the energy, the vibes, like all of that goes into craving somebody else. And at the end of the day, if that's the only way we can get it, hell yeah, we're gonna cherish that. Hell yeah, I'm gonna cherish the man who's having sex with me whenever he wants to, because once he's gone, what do I have? Like, a lot of us feel like we don't have anything outside of a man or outside of that feeling of having a man. A lot of us don't have goals that we need to be focused on, and if we do, we're not pursuing them. We're pursuing the D, we're pursuing the money, we're pursuing the check, we're pursuing the vibes. But at the end of the day, that's never going to fulfill us, that's never going to sustain us, that's never going to keep us whole. So we're going to always be longing and searching for what we really want. And I don't even think it's a way to, like, find a solution for that other than to get out of the lifestyle that you're living. Like, my only guess now as far as trying to attract a man is to literally not be in the club no more. Like, my next, whoever I come in contact with, I want to be comfortable with not being able to have to say I'm a dancer. I want to just meet him and just say, hey, I work at the airport, or hey, I'm an entrepreneur, or hey, I have my own YouTube, or hey, I'm a content creator. I don't want to have to say, hey, I'm a stripper too. Like, that whole conversation in itself is awkward to have with any man, because at the end of the day, if a man was trying to pursue you seriously, once he find out you're a dancer, that shit is all out the window. That shit is gone. It's dead. It's done. Literally, I met some high quality men, and once they found out I was a dancer, they didn't want to deal with me no more. Their enthusiasm to get to know me left. Like, that was something somebody told me word for word, like, as to why they stopped talking to me. And this man was driving a Bentley. This man got a Maserati. This man is like very much established and set in life. And at the end of the day, I couldn't keep that, and I couldn't sustain that man because I was a dancer. But that doesn't mean that I can't find true love and I can't find true happiness with somebody who accepts me for whatever I have going on. Because at the end of the day, when somebody really loves you, it don't matter what you do. They coming to get you. They coming to really take care of you. They coming to provide for you. They coming to get you up out that situation. So don't ever sell yourself short just because you're thinking that, oh, somebody's not going to want me because I'm a dancer. Baby, at the end of the day, you are you. They're gonna love you for who you are inside. Like, the dance world and the dance persona is one person, but who you are within is a whole completely different thing. So don't ever feel like you got to, settle and you won't find the love that you deserve. You just got to be a person to attract the things that you really want in life. So if you thinking you're going to attract a man out the strip club and y'all going to ride off into the sunset, I'm trying to tell you, baby, the chances are slim to none. Like, even if you do find somebody out the strip club, 9 times out of 10, the respect level is always going to be shaky. You're going to always question, like, does he really even value you? Does he actually see your worth as a woman outside of the dancing? Does he actually respect you? And a lot of times, men can act like they do, but at the end of the day, they really don't. And it's going to be based off of how they treat you. It's going to be based off the things they say to you. It's going to be based off the ways they provide for you. And it's going to be based off the way they handle you. So you'll see for yourself. And all I can tell you is, while you're dancing, don't even worry about no man. Boss up. Use your money as leverage. Use your money to invest in your passions. Use your money to invest in your physical. Use your money to invest in your mental. Use your money to invest in your stocks and bonds. Use your money to invest in where you live, where you lay your head, what car you drive. Use your money to invest in your children's future if you have them. Use your money to invest into things that are going to carry you over into the next chapter of your life, because we can't do this shit forever. And the longer you prolong it and not, like, save your money and not, like, really discipline yourself and buckle down and set up these platforms for yourself, you're going to be stuck. You're never going to get out. You're going to steady be searching for another good night at the club. You're going to steady be searching for one little trick to come in and actually really make it rain on you. You're going to always be stuck. And at the end of the day, the way this route is going, the way this life is going, the way this economy is going right now, baby, you're just really on a merry-go-round. Like, nothing's stopping. You're going to find yourself doing this shit for 10 years, 20 years. Do you want to be a fucking 50-year-old stripper? I don't think so. No, ma'am. Let's pivot. Let's find something else to do. Let's find another way out. Let's use this money to get us some more money. Period, point blank. And I don't know, this is my little spill, just trying to stay positive for you guys, trying to stay consistent, and trying to just really speak on how I feel. Sometimes it's hard for me to come up with videos pertaining to the dance world, because on one hand, I don't want to glorify it because it's a life that I'm trying to get out of, but on the other hand, I got to keep it real. While I'm still in it, this is what I got to do, and this is how the mindset that I got to have. So I'm just trying to give y'all the game, or give y'all the heads up, so if you're thinking about getting into it, or if you're already in it and trying to get out, you're not alone. If you're feeling down on yourself, if you're self-doubting and self-hating, if you're really like being negative towards yourself just because of the situation that you're in, I'm here to tell you it gets better. I'm here to tell you that if you want to give up and stop dancing, you can. Something's going to always be greater waiting for you. It's just like with any other job. You lose one door closed, another one open. So it's just like, if you close the door of dancing, I promise you're still going to find ways of sources of income, because God set it up that way. God's not going to let you not have the things that you want. The universe and God are not going to literally keep you stuck. You have to unstuck yourself. You have to unstick yourself. You have to really pull yourself up out that quicksand real fast. Otherwise, you're going to drown in the mud.